Hey there, this is LaQuita with QuitabugHandmaids.com, and thank you so much for joining me today. I am so excited to share with you guys the second feature of June Club Quitabug, which spotlights the Colorful Seasons stamp set. I think you're gonna love the free card kit that I've designed to go along with this stamp set. So let's take a look at those cards, and I'll give you all the details about Club Quitabug as we go. So as usual, all you have to do to be a Club Quitabug member is place a minimum $35 order before shipping and tax in my online Stampin' Up! Store using the host code, which I've placed somewhere here on the screen for you. Make sure you use that code. That's how I'm going to know that you are a Club Quitabug member so that I can send you the free card kit. And that's it. That's all you have to do to be a Club Quitabug member. Pretty easy, right? Okay, so if you're interested in receiving the Colorful Seasons free card kit, make sure that you place that order between June 19th, 2017 and June 30th, 2017. The kit is only available for that 2-week window of time. So if you fall in love today when you see this kit, make sure you get your order in within that window so that you can receive the kit from me. All right, so as I mentioned, I'm featuring the Colorful Seasons stamp set, but I'm actually spotlighting the entire Colorful Seasons bundle. So you can purchase bundles in my online Stampin' Up! Store. This is one of them. And when you do purchase a bundle, it's great because you actually save 10%. So you get the stamp set and the thinlets or the framelets, or sometimes it's a punch. You get them at 10% off, which is a really great value for your money. And these two, I would really suggest if you have a big shot or some sort of a manual die cutting machine, that you go ahead and do the bundle, because these just pair so perfectly with this stamp set, and you'll see when we get into the kit just how well these more intricate thinlets cut out. They're just absolutely beautiful. So in addition to the bundle, we are going to use several ink colors. So I'm using Old Olive, Daffodil Delight, Dapper Denim, Soft Suede, Powder Pink, and we're also using Berry Burst. All right, so this card kit is a little bit different than my kits in the past. So the beauty of the Colorful Seasons stamp set is it covers the 4 seasons. It covers winter, summer, spring, and fall. So it's a really great stamp set, and I wanted to be able to showcase the possibilities, all of the possibilities that this set has. So we're actually making 4 note cards for this free card kit. So I'm really excited about that. So here is the first card, You Make Me Smile, and this is more of the spring themed card. I love this beautiful cherry blossom. It's just a gorgeous image. It's actually 2 images. I really love how that stamps. It's very attractive. So there's card number 1. Then here's our summer card. Life is a Beautiful Thing. Love this little beach chair, so cute. This is such a cute card. And then here's another one. This is our fall card. May all your tomorrows be as happy as your today. What a fabulous sentiment. There are just some really great sentiments, and you can see that gorgeous die cut. It's actually 2 of the die cut leaves there in the background. Love it. And then here is the last card. This is the winter themed card. Got these beautiful snowflakes, thinking of you. So I absolutely love this kit. So when you get your free card kit from me, it will come packaged something like this. Remember, there are 0 stamped images for you. All you get are the consumable materials. If you'd like to make the projects as I have here, you will need to purchase your own stamp set. I cannot stamp any images for you. So it will just be the consumable supplies, and club members also get a color PDF included in their kit that has all of the measurements as well as all of the supplies that were used to create these projects. And then you will also find at the back your envelopes. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with card number 1. So you've got your envelopes, and so here's everything for card number 1, and then you've also got a little bag of embellishments which you will need. So let's go ahead and just take this out. Okay, so we're going to start by doing the stamping. So you've got a little Whisper White oval there in your kit. So I'm going to bring in some scratch paper, and then I'm also going to bring in my soft suede ink. We're going to start by stamping that little branch. Okay, so just ink that up. You want to stamp it off, and then you want to stamp it on. Don't stamp too close to the right side of your oval, because the flowers that we're going to stamp on there, the image is kind of long and you don't want it to go off the edge. All right, so there's that. Now we're going to bring in that powder pink, and And then I've got the little floral image, and what I love about this image is it nests right into this branch. So cool. When I first saw this branch, I could not figure out what these two little spaces were, and it's for the cherry blossoms. So just get right in there, line everything up. Let's see, trying to get it right. Right about there. Line everything up, give it a press. Okay, and there you go, it just nests right in there. Love that. All right, next I'm gonna bring in the Berry Burst ink pad and just ink up that "You Make Me Smile" sentiment, and I wanna stamp that off to the left. Let's see, right about here. Perfect. Okay, so I'm just adding some fast fuse to the back of that, and then I'm going to layer that right on top of my scalloped oval shape here. There we go. Then in your kit you've got a string here of linen thread. Just fold that over, and then you want to snip it in half, and we're going to tie just a really small bow, and we just want to double this thread up. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. I had to get my hands together, and then pull it through and tie it, and it just adds a little extra interest using 2 strands instead of 1. Then just pull your tails until you get your loops exactly how you want them. All right, and once you've got your bow how you want it, go ahead and just roll up a glue dot and just add your bow right into that glue dot and just pop that bow right on the side. All right, so for the card base, I'm actually using Stampin' Up's Whisper White note cards for all of the cards. Okay, so these are smaller, just slightly smaller than a standard size card. So now go ahead and take your Color Theory Designer Series paper, and this is actually cut longer than you need it, and we're just gonna add that at the bottom, but we're gonna leave about 1/4 of an inch of space there at the bottom before we add this down. And then you can just cut off any overhang from that designer paper. All right, so I've just gone ahead and added some dimensionals to the back of this layer here. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put that in the center, right about here. Okay, there we go. And then the last step is inside of this little bag that will be included in your kit. There are 3 small pearls. We're just gonna add those 3 little pearls on here. So I'm just gonna pick them up. Let's see, I'll put one right here. Add one there, and then one more. Let's see, just like that. Okay, there we go. All right, and that finishes up card number 1. I love how that turned out. So let's just bring back the original. And as you can see, I used the Color Theory Designer Series paper here. And the beauty of that Designer Series paper is there is a wide variety of patterns. So when you get your kit, you will get one of these different patterns in the Berry Burst. So here I've got 2 different prints, but the card still looks beautiful no matter which pattern that you get. All right, so for card number 2, I've got my supplies here. I'm just gonna bring in this stitched circle here, and we're gonna start with Soft Suede. And I'm gonna stamp the Life is a Beautiful Thing sentiment, just ink that up, and stamp that right in the center of our stitched circle. Okay, just like that. All right, so now I've got the other piece of Whisper White that came in the kit, and I'm gonna go ahead and also bring in my Daffodil Delight and a piece of scratch paper. And we wanna start by stamping our little chair image here. So just ink that up in your Daffodil Delight. You can stamp off the Daffodil Delight, or you can stamp it full strength. On my original, I stamped it full strength, so I'm going to stick with that, but you could stamp it off. So give that a really firm press. You want to get a really nice solid image. Let's see a part back there. I think I got it. There we go. Then take the wood frame here of your chair, ink that up in soft suede. You want to stamp off, okay? And then just line up your chair with your Daffodil Delight piece and stamp down when you think you've got good placement. And there we go, looks pretty good. All right, so I'm leaving out that Daffodil Delight, and I'm gonna go ahead and also bring in Berry Burst because we're gonna need that here in a second. So what I wanna do is I'm gonna bring in, I've mounted the 3 little flower images that come in the stamp set, and I'm gonna go ahead and just start stamping these down. So let's see, I'm gonna start with this larger one, ink that up, stamp off. I'm going to stamp one of those right about there. Okay, let's see, I'll take this one, ink that up, stamp off, put one of those right about there. Then let's bring in our circle here. I'm going to ink up this one, stamp off, and I think I'll stamp one kind of going off. Ooh, that looks good. Ink up one more, stamp off, and then kind of have this one coming in from the corner there, right about there. Okay, that looks good. All right, so now I've got my little flower centers here, and I'm gonna ink those up in Berry Burst and stamp them down. Let's see. This one goes with this flower, I think. Wait. Which one does this go to? Yeah. This one goes with that flower. Well, I guess you can put them with whichever flower you want to, really. Ink this one up. Put it there. And then this one we'll stamp there. And then we'll also stamp there. Okay? All right, so now I'm just gonna bring in my card base, crease that, then we will add our color theory. You can use whichever side you'd like. I'm gonna go ahead and use this one, and I wanna get this sort of 1/4 of an inch away from the left side of my card. Go ahead and add some fuse, and again, this piece is longer than you need, so just cut off the extra. Okay, and once you've got that on, you wanna take your chair layer and just add a little bit of fuse to the back of that, and we're gonna add this on just kind of down from the top, a little in from the right. Put that right on there like that. Then I'm gonna take this piece and pop that up with dimensionals. 3 should do it. Okay, and then I'm just going to put that in the bottom left-hand corner, so right about there looks good. Okay, now you've got this small piece of crushed curry chevron ribbon. I'm just gonna fold that in half. Let me clean up my ends here, like that. Then I'm gonna bring in my handheld stapler. You can use any stapler for this. Doesn't have to be the handheld because that is retired now, but I'm just gonna add this on. Let's see, right about here, and I want it to stick off the edge just a teeny tiny bit. Get my stapler and just staple that right on, just like that. Okay, so it just kind of pokes up and sticks over just a tiny bit. Okay, and now you've got a strip of Whisper White Baker's Twine. I'm just gonna take my scissors, get those kinks out, and then you just wanna fold it over, just like we did with the linen thread. Snip it in half, and again, we're going to make a double-stranded bow here. All right, and then once you've got your bow how you want it, again, just roll yourself a glue dot. I'm gonna add that right on top of that staple, and then we're going to use our bow to cover up that staple. Okay, and there you go. That finishes up card number 2. So I'll just bring in my original, and there it is. So let's go ahead and do card number 3. All right, so I've got my pieces here for card number 3. So I'm gonna start with my stitched circle here, and I'm gonna bring in the Daffodil Delight. I've also got some scratch paper. I'm gonna ink up the large solid leaf image, stamp that off, okay? And then I'm gonna stamp that right in the center here of my circle. And just make sure you give that a really good press. Get a nice image there in the background. Okay, there we go. And that just gives you this nice light colored leaf image. I don't know if you can see that. I'll just bring that in up close. Okay, just a nice little background. Then we're gonna bring in our Old Olive ink. And we're gonna bring in that sentiment that says, may all your tomorrows be as happy as today. Ink that up in Old Olive. And we just wanna stamp this in the center right across that leaf. Okay, just like that. Oh, that's so pretty, you guys. So pretty. All right, so now you've got some gold leaf die cuts. These are absolutely gorgeous. If you notice you've got some little pieces still in there, just poke those out with your scissors, or if you have a piercing tool, they pop right out. Even with your nails, you can get them out. All right, so what I wanna do is I wanna add one of these leaves just behind my sentiment, sort of like that. I don't want it to go off the edge of my card, so I'm just gonna kind of line up about where I want that to go. I want that right about there, so I'm just gonna bring in some fast fuse, just add it kind of to that top corner and put that leaf on about where I think I want it. Let me just see again how that looks. Yep, I think that looks good. So we'll just add that down there. And then for this leaf, I want this one to lay right across the top like that. So the way that I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna take it, and I've got some of my Tombow liquid glue here, and I'm just gonna add, you could also use your fine tip glue. I'm just gonna add a little bit of adhesive, just a very thin layer right down here. All right, so I've got that little bit of glue on there just like that, and I'm just going to find where I want it and then just very carefully lay it down. And you will want to give this a second to dry. I found it was helpful to just add a block on top so that it could dry. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and add my designer paper onto my card base, and I'm gonna put this directly in the center here of my note card. And again, it's gonna be a little bit longer than you need, just trim that off. Okay, so now let's just pop up our leaf layer here with some dimensionals. Okay, got my dimensionals on the back here. I'm just going to add this down to the center right about there. Give it a press. And then the last step to finish this card off is inside of your little embellishment bag, you will find 2 of our glitter enamel dots. These things are so pretty. Take those out, and we're just going to add those right on. I'm gonna put one here, okay? And then I'll just pick up the other. Well, there we go. Just pop that right there. okay? And that finishes up this card. I absolutely love how this card turned out. Very simple, but so beautiful. So let's just bring in our original. So that's card number 3. Let's go ahead and go on to the last and final card. All right, so this card is the simplest of the 3, but I love this card. So let's go ahead and stamp this little bitty strip that comes in the kit. We're gonna stamp using Dapper Denim, and we're stamping the Thinking of You sentiment. And just stamp that not all the way off to the left, but close to the left. Right about there looks good to me. Okay, just like that. All right, and now I'm just gonna bring in my scissors here, and I'm just going to notch this in and make a banner end, just like that. Okay, just a tiny little banner. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take my designer series paper, and I wanna add this across the center, leaving a little white border at the top and the bottom of my card front. So again, I'm just going to add some fast fuse. All right, so I've got that layer right on the front of my card, so I'm just gonna give my card front a nice crease. Okay, so now you've got all of these delicate little snowflakes. These are absolutely gorgeous, these little snowflakes. So I've die cut for you 6 snowflakes. Again, you might notice some of those pieces in the center. Just pop those right out. Okay, so I've got all of those popped out. Now it could take a really long time to adhere all of these snowflakes using fine tip glue or using my Tombow liquid glue. So I have a little trick that I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna bring in some scrap paper here. I'm gonna take my Tombow glue and I'm just gonna put a nice little glob of it up here in the corner. Okay, now I've taken one of our sponges, I've cut it into a 1/4, and I've just added a binder clip to that, and I'm gonna use this to adhere some of this liquid glue to the back of each of my snowflakes. So what I'm gonna do is just flip this over, hold it down with my finger, and just start picking up some of that glue, and then I'm just going to gently sponge it right on top. And I'm not moving the snowflake around, I'm just sponging that glue right on top. Now I can take it, let's see, I want this one right about here, and just press it down. There you go, snowflake adhered, so easy. So I'm just gonna go ahead and adhere all of my snowflakes down using this same technique. Okay, so I used that adhesive technique and I've added all of my snowflakes on, and I just love that it creates this sort of cascading snowflake appearance. I think it's so pretty. So now we can take our sentiment, and what I'm gonna do is bring in my bone folder. I'm gonna turn the sentiment facing down, and I just wanna gently curl up the end of my sentiment just to add a little dimension here. And then I'll just put on a little bit of fast fuse, and we'll just add that on to the left of the card, right about there. Okay, and that just gives it a little bit of lift as it comes up off of the card. Then in your embellishment bag, you've got 3 of our white perfect accents. So just take those out and you can just add those on wherever you'd like. Okay, and there you go. That finishes up card number 4. Very easy to do. So let's just bring in the original. Okay, we have finished with this card kit. All right, so here are the 4 projects featured in my Colorful Seasons free card kit. Again, if you're interested in receiving one of these free card kits from me, all you have to do is place a minimum $35 order in my online Stampin' Up! Store. Be sure to use the host code, which I've placed somewhere here on the screen. Make sure that you use that code when you place your order. That's how I'm going to know that you want to be a Club Quitabug member. Also, don't forget this kit, this free kit is only available between June 19th, 2017 and June 30th, 2017. So make sure you place your order within that window of time, because after June 30th, this kit will no longer be available. All right, thank you guys so much for joining me. If you have any questions about Club Quitabug, be sure to let me know. You can comment below, send me an email, or comment over on today's blog post. I have all of the details about the club over there. The link is in the video description below. So thanks again for joining me, and I'll speak to you again very soon. Bye now.